Good morning. So today we are learning how to do a whip stitch. Now watch me whip. Okay, that joke's never gonna get old for me. So what you're going to do, first you have threaded your needle, you've double knotted the end so it does not come apart. You're gonna get 2 pieces of fabric. I chose 2 yellow pieces, it's up to you. This stitch is a little better for attaching 2 pieces. You can also use it to hem by, instead of cutting 2 pieces, just folding it over. Like this, with this side being your hem. Just remember that it won't probably look as good as the slip stitch for a hem, but you certainly may use it. So I'm gonna get my 2 pieces of fabric. I'm gonna line them up. I am going to push my needle through the wrong side. Whatever side you pick as the wrong side, you just have to keep it that way the whole time. And this stitch, all you're doing is it's fairly simple. So I've pushed my needle through the wrong side, and then you're just going to push it through, and it is supposed to make this nice little line right here on top, because on the wrong side, it'll look diagonal. That's how you know you were doing it right. And so you're just gonna keep doing this all the way down. You want your stitches to be roughly on the same side. Sorry, trying to fix it. Mine is not gonna look that pretty because I just hold my needle at an angle. And some of you might not, but I do when I sew. So you wanna try and keep all of your stitches roughly even spaced. Oop, I pulled that a little too tight. And roughly on the same line, which like theoretically should be easy to do because you should be able to see what you're doing. Now when you are pulling your thread taut, you want to make sure that you are not pulling it too tight so the fabric doesn't bunch up. But do you see how I have a few stitches, and they're not the most beautiful stitches because I have never claimed to be a beautiful sewer and I'm not. But do you see how they're mostly evenly spread? And if you look on the back, they make that nice diagonal. That is what you're looking for as you're sewing. So all you do is every time you sew, you're pushing through the wrong side of the fabric and you are just pulling your needle through until the thread is taut. You go back, you do it again. You go back, you do it again. And the reason you want to keep them even spaced, the closer your stitches are when you are sewing or embroidering or whatever you're using a needle and thread for, whatever you're using it for, the closer your stitches are, it's basketball yelling, wherever your stitches are, the closer they are together, the stronger they're gonna hold your 2 pieces of fabric. So if you are watching this after you've seen my slip stitch video, I probably should have made those slip stitches closer together so the hem was a little stronger, which is what I'm trying to do right here so you can see. And you see how it's not even taking me very long to sew it together. I'm going back in, I'm fixing my my stitches because they're becoming a little jaggedy, but it makes this really cute little stitch pattern. If you are using this to hem or make a seam as opposed to just attach 2 pieces of fabric, you can just turn it inside out so you can hide it if you want, or you can mask it a little better, I guess I should say. Okay, so this has been like maybe 5 minutes and I've almost completely attached these. Okay, so you can see I have this semi-nice and straight thing. Yours should be better than mine. I just did this fast so you could see it. And see how it makes this nice little seam. So what you could do is if you're using it as a hem, you could fold it. So you have this nice little, nice finished edge. It's not all raggedy like this is. And then you could do like a running stitch or a back stitch here to keep it together. or you could just leave it if you're going for a more exposed look, I guess. But this is how you do a whip stitch. Now watch me whip.